So ever since I was a kid back in the UK, watching Dame Edna Everage, the Australian sort of drag comic, watching her shows, and she always had lots of gladioli, and he always used to make me laugh anyway. But ever since I was a kid watching Dame Edna Everage, I've absolutely loved gladioli. And I love, you know, their big showy colours and the size of them, and they always make a great display of cut flowers. But here in Nova Scotia we have very cold winters, so I can't leave them out in the garden over winter, so I have to lift them, dry them out, etc. So I thought I'd you know, go through my routine of what I do to preserve the gladioli over winter, because you know, they're very expensive buying them every single year, so it's worth lifting them if you get very cold weather and then storing them over winter. So what I do is get a trowel, whether it's this sort of slim thing, and obviously we've got the nice gladioli here. You can wait until the frosts, but I'm doing it now because next week I'm getting my hip done. But I'm going to lift it up, gently take it out, and as you can see here, there it is, and it's got little bulbs, as you can see, little baby bulbs all around. You can keep them and try and grow them on, but what I'm going to do, so I'm going to lift all of my gladioli, as you can see here, and now I'm going to put them, get all the mud off them, etc., and I'm going to cut back to sort of here, and then I'm going to let them dry out for a week or so, somewhere obviously dry and frost free. Hello, well, it has been a couple of weeks, or a week or so anyway, since I dug those gladioli out of the corms out of the ground. I've had my hip replaced since then, so I'm a bit immobile, but I'm all right here, sat at my my little greenhouse potting area. As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day, and it's actually slightly affecting the screen, sorry about that, but a beautiful autumn day here now. The leaves has not been as good this year. I'm not sure what the reasons are. Maybe, you know, we haven't had the temperatures actually drop down for the chlorophyll to pull out the leaves, etc., which normally creates that change in the colour. But we've still got some lovely colours down there, as you can see in my back garden. A lot of leaves to be raking up once I'm more mobile again. I'll have to get my boy to do most of them, I think. Anyway, back to the job in hand. So, like we said, it's about a week or so since, and here's the actual gladioli corm itself with its stem. That's all nice and dry, and everything around it is nice and dry now. As you can see, it's got all these little bulblets, cormlets, whatever you want to call them. These are baby corms. So we want to tidy this corm up now and get it ready. So what I normally do is, I've got a wooden seed tray here. So I want something to store. I'm going to store them in a dark, cool place, just to, you know, as long as it's frost free, that's a good thing. And I just need, you can either, if you've got like an old onion bag, you know, with the a string bag type thing, that is a good thing to store them in. I've got, you know, somewhere nice and dry anyway. What we want to do is keep them nice and dry and cool, and not triggering any sort of growth or anything like that, or damp. You don't want them in a damp place, because then that will trigger rotting of the actual corms. So that's what we want to do. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to put some paper in the bottom of this seed tray, and right, let's make a bit of space. A bit of prior preparation should have been done here, really. Apologies. I'm still on the dodgy morphine sort of stuff, so I might not be in my usual self. Right, so what we want to do is we want to take our corm, that's nice and dry now, and we want to prepare it ready for storage. And the first thing we want to do there is to take our corm and the stem and cut the stem off about a couple of centimetres above the actual corm itself. So a good sharp secateurs, unlike these ones, that will do. A bit of a crush job rather than a cut job, but there you go. Right, the next thing, so this is the new corm that grew this year, and underneath that is what's left of the old corm that that, you know, all of sort of the energy was in that corm, and now it's shriveled, and the plant itself took all the energy from that and to grow its new one. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of that. So all we do is we sort of pull it off. There we go. So we pull off that little corm, the old bit. We're going to ditch that. And any of these the old roots, let's get some scissors. And there we go. That is our nice dry corm, as you can see. And what we want to do is we just want to place that in our box on top of our piece of paper. Now, obviously as well, not obviously, but you want to make sure there's no soft bits. Have a feel around for any soft bits on the actual corm itself, which will tell you that there's a bit of rotting. No soft, it's nice and hard there and plump. That's good. Let's do another one. So we've got this one here. Where's my secateurs? Couple of centimeters. There we go, a nice clean cut there. Get rid of any of this excess, pull off the bottom, the old corm. There we go, that's it there. Any of the cormlets, let's drop in to the actual cup here that I'm saving. Cut off the excess. Right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another little bit of paper. I want to try and separate the corms so that if one does rot, it doesn't trigger rot in the others. So I'm just going to roll up a bit of paper here, put that down the centre. Or what I really could do is just get one and wrap it in a bit of paper like that, and that is nicely separated. Now obviously this is a bit intensive work if you've got loads and loads and loads. Another way of doing it is some nice dry compost. Get a box, some nice dry compost. Again, just put a layer of paper in the bottom, put a layer of compost in, and then just put your bulbs in, and then you're sort of mimicking the earth, really, aren't you? Mimicking them staying in a frost-free earth, and then just cover them completely with the dry compost. The only trouble there sometimes is that might trigger, there might be some moisture in there if you haven't fully dried out the earth, the compost, and it might trigger rotting of the actual bulbs. I've done it both ways, but you know, let's I'm going to get on with this. And so like I said, all I'm going to do is the same one, is take off the old corm, trim all the roots, wrap it in a bit of newspaper, and then place it in the box. Et voila. Right, we'll come back in a minute for some last words. So here we've got a bit of a double, so two stuck together, so that might perplex you a little bit. Think, ooh, what's going on there? So really that's just the two growing out of that single corm at the bottom there. So all we've got to do is just separate them. What we'll do first, make it easier to work with, is I need to sharpen these secateurs, that's for sure. Oh, that one's right. So there we go, we've got the two there, and we've just got to separate them really, nice and easy from the, as that's the same as usual, it's just come off at a wonky angle. And again, that one there you can see, just pull it away and trim it up as per usual. And then we've got two from the one. Jobs are good in there. So there we go. That is the last of them all packed in. Nice and dry in here. Now I'm going to put these in a frost-free area, like I said, dark. It's going to be a cupboard under the stairs with Harry Potter is where these are going. And then they'll hopefully be ready. I'll check these every now and then through the winter. Just make sure none are rotting and then that isn't going through to the other ones. So that's always a good idea. And then just bring them out next spring after the last frost, ready to plant again. So I'll quickly point out that my camera just ran out of battery earlier. So this is a bit later in the day, which is, as you can see, is a bit cloudier out there, which is better for the picture, but not good for continuity. So to finish off, I've got these little cormlets, haven't I? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all the stuff out of there, and then I'll, like I said, put them in an envelope over the winter, keep them nice and frost free as well, just tuck it in there. And then next year I think I'm going to do a couple of seed trays worth of these and then grow them on, and then they'll take probably 2 or 3 seasons to grow up to decent corms for gladioli to flower, etc. But hopefully we'll see how this gets on, and that can be a little project in itself. And these ones that I've got stored here will be nice and ready for next year to show me some more of those absolutely beautiful blooms that we love in late summer. So jobs are good one. Actually, as a last little thing, while I'm packing these off to bed for their winter sleep, I've still got some lovely things growing in my greenhouse here. Got some lovely, on the veg side anyway, some lovely broccoli that's I'm hoping to have ready for Christmas dinner, and some pak choi, you can see there, which is looking very healthy, and I've had a couple of little bits of already, so looking good.